The universe is vast and mysterious, but what if the key to finding alien life is right under our noses? Today, we're exploring how pollution might be our best bet for detecting extraterrestrial civilizations.
Wow, that's an intriguing idea. How exactly would pollution help us find aliens?
Well, it's all about looking for chemical signatures in the atmospheres of distant planets. You see, advanced civilizations might produce certain pollutants that we could potentially detect from afar. Things like chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, or nitrogen dioxide could be indicators of industrial activity.
That's fascinating. So we're essentially looking for the same kind of pollution that we produce here on Earth?
Exactly. It's a creative approach that shows how we're constantly coming up with new ways to search for signs of life. But let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. This search for extraterrestrial life has been a long-standing quest for humanity, hasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even ancient Greek philosophers like Epicurus were pondering the existence of other inhabited worlds, right?
That's right. And now, with modern technology, we're getting closer than ever to potentially answering this age-old question. NASA has been at the forefront of this search, both within our solar system and beyond. They've been looking for signs of ancient and current life, especially on Mars and Jupiter's moon Europa.
And let's not forget about the Kepler mission, which has discovered thousands of exoplanets orbiting other stars. It's mind-boggling to think about all these potentially habitable worlds out there.
It really is. But here's the thing. Despite all our advancements, we still only have one data point when it comes to the existence of life: Earth. However, that single data point can tell us a lot. Neil deGrasse Tyson made some fascinating points about this recently.
Oh? What did he say?
Well, he talked about how quickly life appeared on Earth after its formation. Initially, scientists thought it took about 1 billion years, but new evidence suggests it might have been as little as 200 million years. That's a blink of an eye in cosmic terms. Tyson argues that this rapid emergence of life on Earth increases the likelihood that life could form elsewhere under the right conditions.
That's an interesting perspective. So, does this mean we should be optimistic about finding life elsewhere?
Well, it certainly gives us reason to be hopeful. But it also brings us to the elephant in the room, or should I say, the alien in the spaceship, the Fermi Paradox. Enrico Fermi famously asked, "Where is everybody?" If the universe is teeming with life, why haven't we found any evidence of it yet?
That's a perplexing question indeed. Have there been any attempts to explain this paradox?
Oh, absolutely. One of the most intriguing explanations is the concept of the Great Filter. It's the idea that there's some kind of barrier or hurdle that prevents life from advancing to the point where it can colonize the galaxy. This could be anything from the difficulty of abiogenesis, the origin of life from non-living matter, to the challenges of developing advanced technology without destroying ourselves in the process.
That's pretty heavy stuff. So, are we past this great filter, or is it still ahead of us?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? If the filter is behind us, it could mean that the emergence of life itself is incredibly rare, and we're one of the few civilizations to make it this far. But if it's ahead of us, we might be facing some serious challenges in our future.
Wow, that's a sobering thought. But on a more optimistic note, I've heard about something called the Drake equation. Can you tell us more about that?
Certainly. The Drake equation is a probabilistic argument used to estimate the number of active, communicative extraterrestrial civilizations in our galaxy. It was proposed by Frank Drake back in 1961. Recently, there have been some updates to our understanding of the factors in this equation. A paper published in the journal Astrobiology suggests that the odds of our civilization being unique in the cosmos are incredibly small, less than 1 in 10 billion trillion.
Those are some mind-boggling numbers. So, does this mean that intelligent life is common in the universe?
Not necessarily. As Neil deGrasse Tyson pointed out, intelligence as we define it might be rare. He noted that many features beneficial for survival, like locomotion or the ability to perceive at a distance, have evolved multiple times on Earth. But intelligence, at least in the way we think about it, has only appeared once in the fossil record.
That's an interesting perspective. So, intelligence might not be as crucial for survival as we think it is?
Exactly. Tyson even suggested, somewhat provocatively, that intelligence might be just the right thing to have to render yourself extinct. It's a chilling thought, but it does make you wonder about the long-term survival prospects of intelligent civilizations.
You know, speaking of survival, I've always wondered about the different types of civilizations that might exist out there. Is there a way to categorize them?
As a matter of fact, there is. It's called the Kardashev scale, named after Soviet astronomer Nikolai Kardashev. He proposed this scale in 1964 as a way of measuring a civilization's level of technological advancement based on the amount of energy it's able to use. The scale has three main types. Type 1. Civilizations can harness all the energy available on their home planet. Type 2 can harness all the energy from their local star, and Type 3 can harness the energy of their entire galaxy.
That's fascinating. Where do we fall on this scale?
Well, believe it or not, we're not even at Type 1 yet. We're estimated to be around 0.73 on the Kardashev scale. To reach Type 1, we'd need to be able to harness all the solar energy that reaches Earth, which is about 1016 watts. For comparison, our current global power consumption is around 1013 watts.
So we still have a long way to go. But I have to ask, what about all the recent UFO reports? Don't they suggest that we might have already been visited by more advanced civilizations?
The UFO question. It's a controversial topic, to be sure. While there have been some intriguing reports and videos in recent years, it's important to remember that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Eyewitness testimony and ambiguous footage, while interesting, don't meet that high bar of proof. We need to be careful not to let our desire for contact cloud our scientific judgment.
That makes sense. I guess we'll have to wait for more concrete evidence before we can say definitively that we've been visited by aliens. But it's exciting to think about the possibilities, isn't it?
Absolutely. And that's what makes this field of study so thrilling. Every day we're gathering more data, refining our theories, and getting closer to potentially answering one of humanity's oldest questions. Are we alone in the universe? The search itself teaches us so much about our universe and our place in it.
It really does. And even if we don't find evidence of extraterrestrial life in our lifetimes, the journey of discovery is valuable in itself. It pushes our technology forward and expands our understanding of the cosmos.
Exactly. And who knows? Maybe the key to detecting alien life lies in some unexpected area of research, like, the pollution detection method we talked about earlier. It's a creative approach that shows how we're constantly coming up with new ways to search for signs of life.
Well, it's certainly given me a lot to think about. Any final thoughts as we wrap up?
I think the main takeaway is that the search for extraterrestrial life is about more than just finding aliens. It's about understanding our place in the universe and pushing the boundaries of human knowledge. Whether we find life out there or not, the journey itself is incredibly valuable.
Couldn't agree more. It's a reminder of how vast and mysterious the universe is, and how much we still have to learn.
Absolutely. So, the next time you look up at the night sky, remember, we're all part of this cosmic quest for knowledge. And who knows? Maybe someday we'll finally get an answer to that age-old question. Are we alone? Until then, keep wondering, keep questioning, and keep exploring. The truth is out there. We just have to keep searching for it.